How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly. And today we're finally getting it played. We're going to be doing some Zombicide Black Plague. Of course, we painted the minis, or I say we. It's a common habit of when you have a channel in your group, and of course, oddly, sometimes on the channel with me, you still say we. Did it from years, from taking ownership in companies and leadership, either way. But yeah, we did get them painted, so we're going to go ahead and try to get this played. We are playing the tutorial. I don't think I'm going to do a long explanation of the game because there's plenty of other people that have done videos. I just feel like there's no recent content on a lot of games, especially a lot of games I have a lot of, so I figured I'm just going to start playing the games I own and hopefully not backing as many new games. Maybe publishers will send us some new games, and if people like it, they like it. They don't, they don't. I figured we would get this one started first. Also, I do have a poll up right now about what I should paint Saturday. It's either Invader, so we can have another Zombicide tutorial go through, Wolfsburg, so we can continue painting this set, or Starcadia Quest. And so I do have a solo co-op variant that we played on the channel before, and I would probably be starting a new campaign with that. So of course, those are three options you can go vote for of what I should paint this Saturday. But with that said, let's go ahead and flip over the camera. We are zoomed out initially, so we're kind of a high view, but I can zoom in into the two areas if we really don't want to see what the people are about. But this is the tutorial scenario. It is basically set up with no abominations. So when a card tells us to do an abomination, we are just going to put a fatty instead. And there are no necromancer cards in the actual deck. So we're not worried about those guys either. Which I don't know if that... I don't know. I don't know if that's the way you really should do a tutorial. But I guess then again, there is the tutorial for Undead or Alive, which I'm probably going to have to house rule. Someone on the Discord basically said, move the spawn location here instead of here, and the game is actually not broken. So we'll see. Now, a few caveats. I play any Zombicide. I'm always going to play last man standing. I'm not going to play one person gets eliminated and done, because then that doesn't make good content for you guys, because I could die in the third turn. Second thing is I'm going to try to use the noise tokens. I may forget. I do have these fancy little noise tokens I got from off of Etsy. So we will try to remember to do the noise tokens. But I've seen a lot of people stop doing that just because overall they're going to go where you are, and it actually makes the game make more sense. Just go to where the people are. So we'll try to remember that. I do have everything mixed in. So if there was going to be Necromancers and Abominations, I was going to go with the new drop rules, but there aren't. So of course we won't get any pretty blue weapons this time. Another thing is the, what was the other one? There's something else, but I forget what it is. It doesn't matter. I do have all of White Death's equipment and Green Horde. I got all the equipment in here. I did make a more, say, custom deck. So basically I took whatever was available. And so if there was like 6, I took 3. So I took basically half of everything. If there was only like 2, then I always put both of them in there. And then I have all of the cards. So that all the cards from the 3 different sets, just based on what I'm playing will depend what the card comes out with. The spawn deck is the standard spawn deck. So I have 3 different spawn decks, one for each system. Don't know if I'll ever change that. But of course, if we are playing with more abominations, once I get them painted, then of course we will have that. The little decorations are from multiple different games. This is, I think this is Massive Darkness. That's Massive Darkness. The doors are Massive Darkness. This is, I think, Bard Song? No. Dungeon Saga Origins. So it's Mantic. Mantic has some little accessory things. So these are where the tokens are underneath. I got to figure out a better way to do them, but I figured, you know, that works. Covers them up, makes them a little more thematic. So in this mission, let's go ahead and read the flavor text. War is nothing new for us. Our counts and dukes are fun. I love fun text. Or fonts, I should say. Counts and dukes are always fighting amongst themselves. For the treasury, it usually involves a change in taxes and rents, assuming you survive. But this time, the duke and his army went off and were never seen again. Well, not until the hordes emerged. Pretty sure a lot of tougher ones came from his troops. Now everything's a brutal mess. Now we're all equals facing the Danse Macabre together. Danse? I'd have to ask Audrey how that works. How many characters are you doing today? It looks like 6. Yeah, I'm going to do all 6. It's a 4+, but I figured I'll just do all 6. We'll see how bad of an idea that is, Michael. That's probably a bad idea. But again, I do last man standing or last woman standing, whoever survives. All right, but there's no time for social snobbery when the hordes are at your door. We stand together and throw death back in their teeth. The magician among us is a case in point. He used to be the richest of the rich, powerful and influential. Now he's one of us, holding on to life with his fingernails. He's got a magic circle that can spirit us away. Better to escape and counterattack than stand here and get overwhelmed. But there must be a few souls left to save, and we could all use a better weapon or two. He'll hold it until the last second. Good man, that without his nose in the air. Wow, this font makes it very, very hard for me to, I'm trying to read and be all, thematic, and it's there's just hard to read these. All right. So there's only 2 tiles needed. Objective, we need to get to the exit, to our portal here. Once we get to the portal, then we can get away. Yeah. Then there can be no zombies in the zone either. All right. So we set aside the Necromancer cards because we're not using them. We have a green token is in one of these 2 piles. We have to find the key. It's in one of those 2 piles. We put a walker, fatty, and runner in their zones. The abominations are fatties in this quest. Each of the objectives gives 5 experience points. Doors, so the blue door cannot be opened until we get the blue objective, which at least we know where that one is. And the green one can't until we get the green objective. And then the last one, the green spawn zone up here is inactive until we actually activate it. I originally had the cardboard ones, but then I switched to the plastic ones. I guess we should go back to the cardboard. I need to not be in the habit of using these. I got to see if the guy who made these ones for me, or didn't make them for me, but he makes them on Etsy. See if he's got them for fantasy as well. And the main reason is because fantasy requires the Necromancer spawn tokens, so you're kind of stuck with those. So we'll just go back there. Either way, same difference. Looks the same. Duke dance off. We need Rocket Raccoon to take advantage of the distraction. Yeah. So that would be. I didn't make that an option for painting, but that is a future option for painting is Marvel's Zombicide. So we are playing with the core 6 because that's what I painted. So we have Nelly. She gets 1 free move action. And then she has the polearm. So the polearm is from White Death. Basically gives her a 1/1 range, so she can poke at that zombie. On a 1 die 3+, she does 1 damage. Baldric has Power Blast, which again is a White Death. Basically, he gains +1 die with any other equipped combat spell. Right now it does 0 to 1 range. 1 die, 4+. Oh no, so this is 1 to 1 range. Okay, so she can only attack things in the zone next to her. Good thing I gave it to her instead of Anne. I was going to give it to Anne, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, so 1 die, 4+, and he does 1 damage. I was debating giving him telekinesis, which would allow him to open doors, but I'm like, we don't have a lot of doors to open, so I was fine with that. Silas has the short bow. I was debating giving the spike bow. The only difference between this and the spike bow actually can do melee as well as ranged, but you have to do it a 4+, so I'd rather a 3+. And here, I forgot to say what they have. He gets spellcaster, meaning he gets 1 additional die when he casts spells. I'm going to be looking up keywords the whole time until I remember them. What is spellcaster? Survivor has 1 extra, free action. So he can cast 1 magic spell for free. So he gets one free magic spell. Silas gets +1 to his dice rolls that are ranged. He is ranged. So 0 to 1, 1 hits on 3, does 1 damage. Anne has Bloodlust melee, which means for an action she can move and then attack. So basically she gets to move and attack in a turn, in 1 action. So double dealing, whatever. 0, 1, 4+, and she does 1 damage. Clovis over here has +1 die for melee, so whenever he does melee, he gets an extra die. I started him with the Norse sword, but that does mean we need to search through this huge deck and maybe find the Norse shield, because if he has both, he gets +2 dice. But he gets +1 die anyways for melee, so he's already going to be at 2 dice. If I can get the shield, he'll be up to 4 dice. And then Samson has Ironhide, which means he prevents 1 point of damage. JK, Ironclad. Ironhide. Survivor can make armor rolls with a 5+ armor value, even when he does not wear any armor on his body slot. Wearing an armor, the survivor adds 1 to the result of each die. So basically, he gets to roll for armor, and if he gets a 5, then he doesn't take damage. Yeah. And then the hammer is what he starts with. It's 0, 1 die, 4+, but it does 2 damage. So he has the ability to get rid of the fatties. So, will all these characters advance to the next scenario, gaining levels and keeping skills and equipping? So there isn't a campaign, but I know there's a lot of homebrew campaigns. I've been watching, what's his name? Paul something. Paul Neely, Paul something. He does a campaign, and he basically changes out 1 or 2 guys. I think what I'm going to do is I will just start painting survivors, and then as I have survivors, I think I will put them in maybe decks, roll a die, see which deck, and see which one, and just go from there. There's just so many survivors in pretty much all Zombicides. I think that's paint. That's probably paint from when I was painting. So this is where this is. I don't know if you guys want to see the boards or not. Because if you don't want to see the boards, I can zoom in. So I will leave that up to you guys. I'll stay zoomed out for a minute. I get a drink, and then we will get into it. Now, this is what I was saying, David. This is 2 tiles. If we did 4 tiles, it would be right here, what you're seeing now. And then if it's, 6, of course, it's going to come out, each side. I don't think mini maps go above 6. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So most of them are going to be 6, are going to be the biggest. Oh, except for the very last one. Very last ones are usually big. So the very last one is 9. So I will probably have like 500 zoom settings. So for right now, I'll leave this zoomed out, and maybe after a few rounds, I'll zoom in. Unless somebody says zoom in sooner. Zoom or not, with only 2 tiles, it's not that bad. Okay. Yeah, my TV's like this small. I don't know if you can see the rings. I'm hoping the rings are bright enough. And then this is a runner. This is a walker, and that is the fatty. But yeah. All right, I guess we're going to go. So everybody gets 4 actions. I really don't know how to do that. I'm just going to go like this. I mean, that's just how I'm going to take my turn order. I'm just going to go top row, bottom row. It's the easiest way for me to remember. So Nelly gets to go first. Nelly can poke at that zombie, so she's going to go ahead and poke at the zombie. I don't need all those dice in there. She gets basically 1 die. So first action. She did a 2. That is a fail. Second action, she got a 4. That is enough to take out Z-Walker. So she gets 1 XP. And then, so that was 2 actions. She gets a free move action. So we're going to move her in here for her free action. And then for her third action, she's going to go ahead and pick up the blue token, so we can get through that door. But that does give her 5 XP, which puts her at 6. All right. I guess everybody's just gonna. Well, we can go into the door. So let's have Silas do it because he's got range. Oh no, he can't open the door. We need somebody who can open the door. So actually, I am gonna have to change my order of operation because I need to have somebody who can open the door. So I need a way to show that I went with somebody. That's it. What tokens did they give me in this bag? What tokens? I can use my cubes. Where are my cubes? There we go. Come here, cubes. Oh, there. Worth digging through treasure to find the shield. Maybe in like a bigger campaign, bigger scenario, but I highly doubt we're going to get past the yellow in this one. All right. So she is done. All right, so we're going to use Clovis because he can open doors. So Clovis is going to go 1, and then he's going to try to open the door, which is going to add some noise. So add some noise there. So he is trying to open the door with 1 die, but he gets +1 melee die, so 2 dice on a 4+. So that is a miss. So it was 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. So we did open the door. So now we need to spawn some friends. Let me put these up here because it's gonna be kind of hard to do that. All right, spawning some friends. We are in the blue. There is no one inside the rooms. Well, that worked out. There's nobody in the room. Nobody's home. 6 dice tokens would work as turn markers. Yeah, that probably work too. All right, so 1, 2, 3 was open the door, and there's nobody's home. All right. So now it really doesn't matter who goes. But we need to search. So 1, 2, and we could search 3. So I guess we will have... Let's not have Silas. Let's leave Silas outside because he can shoot inside. Let's go with Baldric because he's probably not going to do very well. So 1, 2. Baldric is going to, for his third action, search. He got an Earthquake Hammer, which unfortunately cannot be used until yellow. And I really want to use it. I need to give this to Samson. So we're going to put this in the backpack. Backpack. All right. So Ian is just going to probably do the same thing. So, or do we open the door? I don't know if I want to open that door on this round. Because if I open this door, I'm going to have to spawn one. Oh, there should be a door here. I'm a door short. Door short. About to say that runner should not be able to come and get me this turn. Should be a door there. Yeah, so if I open, when you open the door, you spawn for every room. So there we go. So we have another door. Hammer for the door. Yep. So I'll probably move him in there and then for his third action do the trade. So yeah, I think since we're just going to do the trade with Samson, yeah, we'll just go 1, 2, trade action, get him the hammer, which we can't use right now. We got to wait till we are in yellow to use that. All right. All right, so who's left? Oh, I was going to do the nun, but I forgot to move her. So 1, 2, and then I don't want to open that because we won't have any actions to kill anybody and they'll all come in. So I'll open that on the next turn. So for her third action, we will search again. She got a war bow, which I guess we will trade with Legolas. So the war bow compared to his short bow has a longer range, 1, 2, 3. 2 dice instead of 1. Yeah, we're definitely going to give that to him. So, same thing, 1, 2, and then do the trade. And then this we can use in blue, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Yeah. Yeah, there's no point in holding 2 bows. I adore you if that'll help. All right. So that was everybody. Everybody went. All right. So now the zombies get to go. So first we need to activate our zombies. He's just banging on the wall. He can't get nowhere. He's just banging on the wall. He can't get nowhere either. All right. So this is inactive. So this is our only spawn zone. We are spawning one runner. One little old runner. Right there. That was it. All right. So, He can't shoot out the door because this is a zone here. And this is another zone there. So Clovis is going to have to go in there. Although Bloodlust Melee, I think, allows her to go 2 zones away. Is Bloodlust Melee 1 zone or 2 zones? Spend 1 action up to 2 zones. All right, no, we're going to have Anne. Anne's going to go in there. So she's Bloodlust Melee for 1 action to go in there. Which means then she gets to do an attack. So she gets 1 die on a 4+. So this is first action. Hit a 4. She's good to go. On the board. All right, so that was her first action. Second action, third action, she's just coming back in the room with everybody else. I don't know if that's really where I should... Yeah, that's fine. Somebody needs to open that door. Who wants to open the door? I can have Nelly poke through the door, so maybe I don't have Nelly do it. Let's have... Should I keep Clovis out here to guard? Sure. Let's have Baldrick's on a 4+, 4+. So everybody's on a 4+. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. So we will have Samson go. So Samson is here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. We want... There we go. Nope, that doesn't work. My face is in the way. Oh, that didn't work. I forgot to move my camera. You know. Baldrick is the door opener. Unfortunately, Baldrick does not have... I didn't give him telekinesis, unfortunately. All right. So we are going to roll for 1. 1 die. We will open the door on a 4. That's a 1, right? The skull is 1. The torch is 6. It's always... It seems backwards. That's a miss. 1 action. Second action, he opens the door. And then we get to spawn for this room. It's a double spawn, so nothing happens in that room, but in the next room we have to spawn twice. So we get 1 walker, 2 walkers. I wanted to try these card holders. I'm not sure if I really like them. At least not for the discard pile. Alright, so we get 2 walkers. The ladies are just hanging out there, I guess, doing each other's hair and nails, and you know, Zombie Plague got them. Alright. So, that was his second action. Third action... I don't want to move him in there. There's no reason to move him in there. So third action, he's just going to search. Chaos Longbow. Ooh. Takes arrows. 4 more hits on a ranged action with this weapon. Dragonfire in the target zone. Ooh, this does Dragonfire. Okay, so... I don't know what that means. 4 or more. So you roll 4 dice at ranged up to 3. Four or more hits. Oh, if I have 4 or more hits. So basically, if all 4 dice hit, then it puts Dragonfire in the target zone. Okay. And I can't use this until orange. Yeah. Actually, I can't use this hammer until orange either. Don't think we're going to get the orange. All right, so that was Samson. Clovis. I don't know if I want to leave him behind or not. I don't think I want to leave him behind, but... Let's move him in here. 1. Second action, we'll have him search. Dragonfire Blade. Again, cannot use it until we're in orange. Discard this card, create a Dragonfire. So we keep creating Dragonfires, which will get rid of Abominations, which we don't have. Goes in our backpack. I don't know if I want to move him with his third action or just let him hang out there. probably just let him hang out. Because, I mean, I can move him in here. It doesn't hurt to move him in here. I've got other people that can kill. And then for his third action, he's going to come in here for moral support. All right. So let's try with... Nellie's got too much XP. I do not want to do Nellie. I think we will go ahead and use our warbow here. It's a range 3, but we're indoors, so it's only range 1. But I do get to roll 2 dice and +1 to whatever is rolled. So we did a 3 and a 2. First action, we missed. Oh, hang on, no, 3 plus. Oh, no, but I gotta be able to do 2 damage. He can't do 2 damage. He is not the guy I want to shoot. Samson's the only one that could do 2 damage. And I had Samson open the door. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That wasn't smart, Will. So yeah, we're not going to move him now. Actually, let me see. Let me see if I still want to go him, because right, he can't do it because a fatty requires 2 damage. So it's an open door. Yeah, just rush in there. Oh, that was not smart, Will. Because now nobody else can do anything without taking damage on their next turn. I should have moved Clovis in and had Clovis open the door. Oh. Okay. So, I feel like I'm going to be wasting everybody's turn. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be wasting. Everybody's just going to be doing a search. So, search, sprint. Once per turn, the targeted survivor may immediately perform 1 free action to use the sprint skill. Sprint allows us to do what? Sprint. The survivor can use the skill once during each of his turns, spend 1 move action with the survivor. He may move 2 or 3 zones instead of 1. Entering a zone containing zombies ends the move. Okay, so basically I can move up to 3 zones. All right, well, yeah, I can't do anything with anybody else. Because, yeah, I mean, she could poke in there, but she's only doing 1 damage. So, yeah, everybody's just going to be searching this round, I think. There we go, torch works. So a torch, the benefit of the torch is that we get to draw 2 cards when searching instead of 1. I don't know if this has to be in our hand or if we can... Yeah, it's got a picture of a hand. Okay, so we can't do it from our backpack. And then Baldric, same thing. Plenty of arrows. You need to give that to Silas. So for his first action, he drew that. Second action, he trades that with Silas. And Silas, we'll go ahead and give the scroll to... Yeah, we'll go ahead and give the scroll to... Silas doesn't need to move lots. Actually, when his turn, Silas would have traded that to... Who would he have traded it to? Oh, geez, Nellie's over here. I forgot Nellie's over here. So she did 1 action, 2 action, 3 actions. I forgot I left her back there. Sprint connects better than Verizon. Maybe Anne? Or no, Samson maybe. Yeah, let's give it to Sam. We'll give Sprint to Samson. All right. So that is the survivors. Now, zombies move. Fatty comes to visit. The ladies are coming to visit. He's still banging on that door. We have 1 spawn zone. Extra activation. But we are still in the blue, so nobody has an extra activation. Yay! Yeah, that would have been bad. If we were in yellow, it would have been an extra activation for walkers, which would have just moved them into our room, which honestly would have been not the end of the world. All right, so of course Samson's got to go first because he's got to take out that fatty. Or brute. I guess they call them brutes now. So, rolls 1 die, and he hits on a 4+. So, first action, he had a 4. Goodbye. And he gets 1 XP for that. Whoop. That's his first action. For his second action, we'll go ahead and move him in. And for his third action, let's try again. He got a 3. He missed. Swing and a miss. All right. Let's get Nelly in with everybody, I guess. So we'll do her first action. We'll get her in here. Second action, we will search. Chain lightning. So we're gonna give this to. In third action, she's going to trade that with Mr. Baldric here. Chain lightning, combat spell. Roll a 6. You get +1 die. So basically, every time you get a 6, you get +1. I mean, it is the end of the world, just not this turn. And then, of course, with his power blast, he gets +1 die with another equipped spell. So we're basically going to use our chain lightning. Chain lightning will now have 4, and then on every 6, we're going to be able to do more. And luckily, that is a blue skill, so we can use that. So that was 1, 2, 3. She is done. So Baldric with his chain lightning. Let's see if we can chain lightning those. Oh, I also don't play with friendly fire. No friendly fire. I was talking about my house rules earlier. I'm not dealing with friendly fire. So yeah, so he gets 3 +1 for his power blast. So 4 dice. And he hit, oh wow, 6, 6, 6, and a 4. So I'd be able to roll more dice, but there's nobody else to kill. Oh, my Baldric definitely does better than Paul's. I think his name's Paul. Is it Peter? Paul. So yeah, so he got rid of both the girls, which takes him up 2 experience. Yeah, that was his first action. Second action, I guess he will move in here with everybody else. And third action, he will not draw a zombie card. He will search. He got a heavy sword. So I think we will trade this with Anne when she comes in. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Anne is going to come in here for 1. She's going to trade with Baldric for 2. We're going to go ahead and equip that one. So basically she gains +1 die if another equipped card is a heavy dagger. So we need to find her a heavy dagger. But she's going to 2 dice instead of 1. It's a 3+ instead of a 4. So she basically has better odds with that one than she used to have. All right. So what was it? She went 1, 2, 3. Do we want to open the door? Yeah, it's best, I guess, for her to open the door. Oh, why is her heavy sword not open doors? Oh, she can't open doors anymore. We do have to keep this equipped. I just noticed that the heavy door doesn't. So the white death cards, none of them have the. So when I was talking about making my deck, the white death cards don't have an open door. So if a weapon normally would have open door, I just left that version in and didn't put in the white death version. All right, so we're gonna roll 1 die, and she's gonna open the door on a 4+, and she got a 2. So she did not succeed, but she still made noise. Again, in this one, I don't think the noise is really important. I know a lot of people have just stopped on the noise tokens, but we'll see. All right, who's left? Silas cannot open doors, so he's really just going to come in here to... Or is he going to stay here to... Well... we'll bring him in 1, and then 2, he'll search. So he got the Dragon Bile. So he needs to trade this with Nelly, because then Nelly can make the bomb, but unfortunately we don't need that because there's no abomination. So, and then his third action, he's doing nothing. All right, and then Baldric is going to try to open a door. So 1. Watch out, Nelly. And that's Anne. Get out of the way, Anne. Baldric's coming through. All right. So, he gets 1 die, 4+, but he gets a +1 die, 1 melee. So he actually gets 2 die on a 4+. There he goes, a 4 and a 5. That door is open. That was not smart. Runners do 2 actions. So what I should have done, we'll change our order. What I should have done was do him second. Should have done him after Clovis. So Clovis, 1, 2, he opened it. We do need to spawn in those rooms. So this room is 3 walkers. So 3 of you guys come hang out. 1, 2, 3. And spawn in this room. We get nothing in sight. That's not bad. All right. So for his third action, I mean, he'd move in there, he wouldn't be able to do anything. So he's going to, I guess, search. So basically, he ends up getting the Dragon Bile. It's fine. All right, now we'll have him go. So 1 to move in. And then for his second action, he's going to shoot in here. The problem is the priority is Walker, Fatty, then Runner. So he has to basically take out 3 walkers before he'll do any damage to the Runner. So he has 2, but I get +1 on the rolls. So it was 1 to get in here. So he's got 2 actions. So hopefully he can do this. All right, so we got a 6 and a 3. He hits on 3+. So that is 2. All right. And then his last action, he got a 6 and a 4. No, he got a 2 and a 4. Dang it. So he only took out the other walker. So that runner is still going to hit us. Oh, hang on. You may reroll all range attacks once with weapons with the arrows keyword. The new result takes place in the previous. Oh, no. Why does this not have the arrows keyword? Now I'm confused. Like, you would think all bows have the arrows keyword. We saw something with the arrows keyword. Where'd it go? Didn't we have something that said arrows? Huh. I mean, this is White Death, so maybe they got rid of that keyword in White Death? Because this one's the same thing. It's from White Death. Let me see here. Yeah, so the spiked bow says arrows. Yeah, the short bow says arrows. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, this short bow doesn't say arrows. I think White Death, they got rid of the term arrows. Because this is the same thing. So, okay, so these should have arrows. Just for future reference, all bows have arrows. So, because all bows have arrows, all bows have arrows, we do get to re-roll that 1. Which is a 6. So that actually worked in our favor. Oh, no, hang on. It says I have to reroll all ranged attacks. So I'd actually have to reroll the 6. I'd have to reroll the 1, and I'd have to reroll that 4. Which ended up in the same result because I ended up with a 1. So, all right. Runner's still there. After all of that, the runner is still there. All right, that was his third action. Yeah. So zombies activate. So this is the only one. He's going to go 1, and then he is going to try to damage somebody. Samson says, "Get out of my way. I'll take it for you guys." Now, Samson, if he rolls a 5+, then he can block it. He rolled a 2, so he is taking 1 damage. Not good. Is there a way of doing speed for bows? Speed for bows. What do you mean speed for bows? Like make them faster? I mean, there's a +1 dice roll. There is the +1 die, which is like his melee for ranged. Like if you get up to orange, you get +1 free ranged action. Point blank, I guess I'd have to figure out what that is. +1 die ranged when you get into red. They say red's very uncommon, so the new DMT, they reduced the red and stuff more, and then this goes into purple. All right. We do need to spawn our only spawn zone. We get 1 runner. I mean, somebody's going to have to go back out there and get him. 1 runner, hanging out all by himself. Poor little runner. All right, so back to us. Nelly is the only one, so I guess she's going to have to do it. All right, so we're doing Nelly. She gets 1 free move action. And she's going to attack here. It's going to put her into yellow, though. Unfortunately, I took everybody in. I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. So she gets 1 die, hitting on a 3+. That was a 2. So that was her first action. Second action, she got him. So, it gets her 1 XP, puts her into yellow, but it does give her another action. She gets another action. So, free action, 1, 2, 3, and she's going to come join everybody else 4. All right. Who do I want? I mean, nobody else is close to being high enough. Bloodlust only works as a free action if I wasn't in the zone. I'm already in the zone with them. So. Yeah, it really doesn't matter who I use, to be honest. Best chance is probably my heavy sword, though. So. Yeah, we'll do heavy sword. So we're gonna do Anne. Anne's gonna hit him. She gets 2 dice, hitting on a 3+. She got a 4 and a 6. That is definitely 1 dead runner. Puts her at 5. So that was her first action. Second action, she's coming in here. Third action, she's just gonna search. All right. She got a repeating crossbow, bolts, so range 0 to 1, 3 dice, hits on a 5+. Ooh, that sucks. She get 3 dice. It only does 1 damage though. All right, so that was her third action. She's not in yellow, so she didn't get a 4th action yet. Really doesn't matter who I do now because I just need to open this as an action. So, we'll do Clovis. Clovis, first action. Need to get in the habit of doing this. We're going to give the file, or pretending like there would be a necromancer, an abomination that could come out. So we're going to do that. The character who gets a hit, is there a chance to become a zombie? In 2nd edition, yeah. Or no, in 1st edition, yes, but you could play that in 2nd edition as well, which is basically call them zombivores. And they have like 5 hit points and they're tougher. But you actually still play as a good guy. It's like you kept your intelligence and just became a zombie. So first action, you did that. Second action, he comes in here. Third action, I guess he will search as well. I got a great axe, and my axe. 4 dice hitting on a 5+, does 2 damage. That's good. We'll hang on to that. We'll keep that. Do we want that as our primary? Yeah, let's make this our primary. Right? Until we get a sword, or the shield, which actually can go right there. All right, so we'll have Silas go 1, 2, because he really doesn't need to search. So 3 is going to open up the stairwell for everybody else. Now, this does not make any spawn down here, but when we open it from the inside, this room will spawn. And noise token goes away. All right. Samson is just going to go 1, 2. I'm out here. Hang on. 1, 2, and then 3 to go there. And then, because we need him to open the door. Poor Nelly. We're just leaving Nelly behind. Yeah. So Baldric. Let's have Baldric search though. Maybe he can find something for her and trade it to her. So we'll have him search. No, he gets a mana blast. Combat spell 0 to 1. 1 die on a 4+. No, that's a horrible spell. So 1, 2, 3. He's gonna end up there. Staying good and not eating friends' brains is hardly zombie behavior. Yeah. Not really. Brains. Especially, like, here's the thing. Can zombies sense when somebody has high intelligence? And if they can't, if you keep some of your intelligence and know somebody has intelligence, would you want to eat them first? Like, are those brains tastier? Questions you should never have to ask yourself. All right, everybody's gone. Everybody has gone. So we're going to go ahead and spawn because we still only have 1 spawn zone. We are in the yellow now because of Miss Nelly swinging away. So she's bringing 3 walker friends with her. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3 little walker friends. 3 little walker friends. All right, and that was that. So, Nelly needs to catch up. So we're just getting her out of dodge. So we're going to have her go first. She gets 1 free move action. So 1. Actually, leaving her behind actually makes the most sense because she has that free move action. And she has an extra action. So 1, 2, 3. She's going to search while she's in there with people. A longbow. 1 to 3. 1 die. This does her no good. And I don't think it's better. No, it's not better than what Silas has. So then 3. So free move. 1, 2, 3. She has a 4th action, but I can't do anything with it. Okay. I guess everybody's just going in here. Well, we need to open that door. So let's open that first, see what spawns to see who goes in next. All right. So. No. Sorry. Clovis is my door opener. Because he gets the extra die. Actually, he gets 4 dice with his great axe. So. Clovis. 1, 2. Unfortunately, he's going to get 1 chance at this. He opens it on a 5+. He got a 6 and a 5 and a 5. So this opens, and that means that we have to spawn some friends. We are in yellow. 1 runner. Well, that wouldn't. Meh. 1 runner. 1 runner is blocking the door. All right, so. Anne gets a. So we're gonna do Anne because she gets her free bloodlust melee. So she's gonna go 1, 2 zones. Oh no, that doesn't help her. She's gonna move 1. Now she's gonna use her bloodlust as action. So 1, 2, and then she gets to 2 dice, hitting on a 3+. She hit a 3 and a 5. Goodbye, runner. So it puts her at 6. So she's not yellow yet. All right. So what was that? That was 1. Then her action to do that, so it was 2. And then I guess while she's here, because this isn't going to spawn anything, for her third action, we'll go ahead and try to open the door. So 1 on a 4+. That's a 2. She failed. All right. Neither one of these are going to be able to open the door either. Samson can, though. Let's do Samson. All right, so 1. And then he gets to... What's he doing? Oh yeah, I forgot he does have the sprint skill. I forgot about that. So 1 die on a 4+. So 1 was to get up there. 2, he succeeded. Made some noise. Door is open. That was 1. Get up there. 2 to do that. He's going to use his sprint skill. So that allows him to go up to 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then for his third action, he's going to search here. That is green, which may not be what we wanted. So green means that this is now active. All right. And, no, we don't do that. That is now active. But we can also now unlock this door, or break down this door. Yeah, congratulations, sir. So that puts him at 6, which doesn't put him into yellow. All right, so who do we got left? Silas. So I guess he's just going to go 1, 2, 3. And then Baldric. 1. Hang on. Sorry, 1 goes down. Hang on. 1 goes down. 2 comes out. 3 search? No, I'd rather have him here 3 because he can shoot at whatever spawns. So 1 goes down. 2. I really don't need him to search for anything either. 3. Because I mean, this is basically gonna be it. We just need to open this door and then get everybody into the exit. So, all right. So that was everybody. I think I forgot to put the thing on Clovis because he failed earlier. All right, so zombies activate. These guys are going towards the noise, which of course is over here at this door. Spawn number 1. Okay, we got 4 more walkers coming that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the right ways, walkers. Come on. There you go. All right, and then we got to spawn the second. Double spawn. I'm not sure what you do with this if it's the last spawn. Because normally it would be the next thing you spawn would be a double spawn. So let's find out. Double spawn. Combat. Enchantment. Make some noise. Do nothing. Spawn. Double spawn. There you go. Double spawn. No zombies appear in the designated zone. The next spawn is resolved, drawing 2 instead of 1. Or building. Okay. These zombie cards are drawn together and resolved. If one of them is another double, then do that before the next spawn card. Another double spawn card is drawn, applied to the following spawn zone in the building. If you draw 2 double spawn cards in the same zone, the next zone receives 4. If it is drawn for the last spawn zone or building, here we go, it's the very last bullet point. Use it for an extra double spawn on the first spawn zone. Okay. Use it for an extra double spawn on the first spawn zone or building zone. If during this extra double spawn you draw a double spawn card, continue to the next spawn zone. Oh, okay. So it goes back. So the double spawn now goes back to the first spawn zone. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that's better than up here, technically. I mean, that's just, we're going to now pretty much win the game, or easily win the game. Because now we have 2 more friends here. And another double spawn. So now that comes up. Nope, never mind. We're getting a double spawn. It doesn't want me to, it doesn't want me to it doesn't want me to win the game. Or in the game, I guess. So we get a runner. And we get a... Oh, hang on. Was runner? Yeah, 1 runner. And we get 1 abomination, but there is no abomination, so it'll be 1 fatty. Or brute, whatever you want to call them this time. All right. Wow, that was a series of unfortunate events, as Lemony Snickets would say. All right, so... yeah, I can send Clovis or Baldric up in there to get rid of that guy. So I guess we're gonna, since Samson's already there, so I guess we're going with Samson. So Samson is going to use his sprint. That way we don't have to worry about wasting extra turn. I think it would have just ruled it happening up north. Yeah, it kind of ended up in the same result in this particular scenario. But the rules say go back to your first spawn zone. That's what we did. All right, so we're using his sprint to get up in here. Hi, friends. Would you like a kiss? And then we are going after, what's our target though? Priority order, walker, then the fatty, then the runner. So we are going after the right guy. So we're using our hammer. We get 1 die on a 4+. So this is our first action. That's a 1. Second action, that's still a 1. Third action, that's a 3. Oh, that kind of sucked. And I left him in there. And the only other person with a +2 is... Yeah, the only other person with a +2 is Clovis. Yeah, because he's going to take 2 hits. He's going to die. All right, I don't have any other +2s. No. Everything else is 1. Oh, hang on, but I have this. And Nellie's got her fire. So, spend an action, discard Dragon Bile from hand, put a Dragon Bile in range of 0 or 1, so I can toss it in there. Then she can light the torch. She's too far away though. She's way down here. Oh, she gets a free move though. Yeah, let's see her. And she's up to 4 actions. We can do this. Spend an action, discard the torch from hand, throw it on Dragon Bile, range 0-1, line of sight, resolve a Dragon Fire. Now, does Dragon Fire... Oh, but this has to be in my hand. So I'm going to have to spend an action to swap. So that'd be 1 to swap. Free action. So 1, free action, 2, 3. Yeah, she still has 1 more. She has 4. Okay. So now the question is it going to kill Samson? Oh, how bad is Dragonfire? That's the question. How bad is Dragonfire? A, B, C, D. C? No. Where's Dragonfire at? Dragonfire. Whole page to it. 35. Alright. Dragonfire. Dragon Bile can be discarded from hand to put a Dragon Bile pool at range 0-1 of the survivor. Later, Torch can be discarded from a hand to ignite a Dragon Bile pool 0-1 to create a Dragon Fire. Every actor in the token's zone is killed, no matter its damage threshold, armor value, or remaining wounds. A Dragon Fire produces no noise. The Dragon Bile pool is then removed, and the survivor who threw the torch earns all experience points. If the Dragon Fire is set blazing Zombie traps. All dragon bile tokens are already in the board. Oh. So, yeah, I'd be killing Samson. So now we can't do that. That's the problem. He's going to die either way. Hang on. She could trade the sword. Right? She could trade the sword. Or the axe. So 1, free move. 2, 3. No, she would just get in there. She wouldn't be able to attack in that range. Oish. Samson's dying either way. There's also Dragon Bow in the backpack. Yeah, but we can't use them. Where did I put the Dragon Bow? See, I thought we did have the Dragon Bow. Oh no, it was the Chaos Longbow. But we can't use any of these because you have to be in orange. Which is one thing people kind of don't like, but I get it, right? They don't want you to get a huge OP weapon right off the bat. So let me rewind that because I should have remembered that, oh, if I failed, I should have backed away. So I would have only rolled once. No, I would have rolled all 3. I would have pushed my luck. He might survive because remember, he gets to roll with his Ironhide. Maybe I can have somebody search and then take him a shield. Oh, we can split the damage. If I get more people in there, we can split the damage. Yeah, I think we're all just going to pile up. Then we're just all going to pile up. Because then I can just split the damage however I want. Yeah. I was overthinking. Okay. So free move. I'm going to go ahead and have her search since she has the most actions. Maybe she'll get a shield. Nope, she got water. Discard this item to get one AP. So she gets some experience. No big deal. So free move, 2, 3, 4. Actually, she didn't make it all the way in. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, we're all in that zone except for these two. That's just what we'll do, because then we'll just split the damage. All right. So now we should throw the Dragon Bile in, right? Nelly should go ahead and throw it now and just kill everybody except for her. She was working for the Necromancer all along. All right. Yeah. So, zombies activate. We're just gonna go ahead and for the brute, fatty, whatever you want to call him, we're gonna have him attack Samson because we do at least get to try to defend it. 2, we did not defend it. And then the second one we'll just give to Anne. Or no. Yeah, Anne. That's fine. All right. So, spawns. Oh, hang on. These guys move. These guys activate. Oh, wait a minute. He gets to activate twice. We activate once. He hit. He activate again. He's going to hit somebody else. We'll just have... who else is in there? We'll have Silas take it. All right. Actually, no, I wouldn't have put Silas in there because he can't shoot in there. Actually, I would not have put Silas in there. Baldrick's fine. Baldrick takes it. All right, and then these 6 go here. I don't know what they're doing. All right, now we spawn. Now we spawn. So there, 2 walkers. And then there. Please don't be something stupid like another fatty or abomination. 2 walkers. All right. That's what we're playing with. So now, Baldrick's going to try again. All right, you got 3 shots at this, buddy. 3 shots. So, 1. Nope. 2. Yes! That one die really hurts. Only rolling one die hurts. Alright, so that puts him into yellow. So that was his second action. So now he's going to try to open the door. Or... Well, no, there's still zombies, because we opened the door, it's going to spawn more zombies. So I guess we'll just keep swinging. So that was his second. So 3. Nope. 4. Nope. All right. Good job, Samson. All right, and I guess we'll do Ann next. Well, no, let's do Baldric. Baldric with his chain lightning, he can pew 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 pew. All right, so he's 3, but he gets +1, so he gets 4. And then if he gets any 6s, I get to roll more dice. All right, so we did 1 6. So we hit, but it only hits on 5+. But this is a free action. So this is free action. So we did hit 1. And then so on the 6, we get to roll another. That was a 4. All right, well, he took out 1. Runners first, right? No. Well, yeah, runners first. Yeah, Necromancer, no. Why am I reading this backwards? I feel like I'm reading this backwards. Can you use the better hammer yet? No. I mean, he's only in yellow. He needs to be in orange. Yeah, the big weapons are really made for like the longer quests, because this needs to be orange. The first 2, there's 2 gems there that are broken out. All right, let me see if they talk about targeting priority, because 34, because the chart on the back seems wrong or backwards. Targeting priority when a ranged weapon or no. So I've rolled a melee weapon, max hand. Each roll higher in accuracy successful. Player divides his hits as he wishes among the possible targets. This melee, ranged. First 2 values. Okay. Targeting priority order. When using a ranged weapon, even at range 0, the shooting survivor does not choose it. Okay, so it's ranged. Range has a targeting priority order, which is a magic spell, is I guess ranged. So the order is walkers, fatties. Okay, hits are assigned to targets of the lowest priority until they've been eliminated. Okay, so it would not have been the runner. It would have been a walker. I feel like that's backwards. I've seen somewhere else where it's like all the other ones defend them. So, all right, that puts Baldric at 3. So that was his free. That was his free action. So now he still gets 3 more actions. So we are going to do that again. So 5+, and we got 2 5s. So do. All right, 2 more. That was his second action. Third action, he can't do anything because he can't open doors. So for his third action, he's doing nothing. And fourth action, he's doing nothing. All right. Baldric is not opening a door. We can have Anne try to open the door. So Anne opens the door on a 4+ on a single die. 5. Good job. But we're going to get some friends. 1 runner. That is a very anticlimactic friend. I guess our friend the magician has turned into a runner now. So That was her first action. Second action, she's going to Bloodlust in here. And then she's going to use her heavy sword now. So she gets 2 dice. Hitting on a 3+. There's a 3. Goodbye, runner. So that put her into yellow. Which gets her a +1 action, which doesn't matter. So it is the end of her turn. So she can go through the portal and exit. All right. So Nelly is going to go remove, go in here, end of her turn. Silas is going to go 1, 2, end of his turn, leave. Clovis, 1, 2, end of his turn, leave. We're leaving those 2 behind. Unfortunately, you guys are just going to have to deal with it yourselves. All right, Zombie's turn. Really no reason to move these, but we're going to do it for purposes, I guess. The 6 are this little posse of 6 in here. Oh, why are we up to 8? Oh no, we're still 6. Will can't count tonight. All right. So spawn zone 1. We're getting 1 abomination, aka a fatty. And spawn zone number 2. Nothing. All, okay, extra activation, all standard fatties. So actually nothing. Boop. So, we're back on our guys. So, there's, all right, 1, end of turn, exit. 1, end of turn, exit. That was a very anticlimactic ending there. That was a very anticlimactic ending. Because it was like, nothing spawned there, right? At least if something spawned there, I could have possibly had to waste a couple turns to kill it. I probably would have done Baldric first anyways, unless it was a fatty that came out, and then I would have had to do Samson. At least I left. No, even that wouldn't have mattered. So if it would have spawned 2, then I would have had to use 2 actions to get out of that zone, right? So it would have been 2 actions to get out of the zone. And then I still would have been able to leave. So actually, it really didn't matter. Really didn't matter. Still would have won. All right, so do we need to do first impressions for this game? I don't think we do. There we go. I don't think I said I was going to do first impressions, did I? I can always update the title. There we go. All right, guys, that is the first, or I guess quest 0, the tutorial quest for Zombicide Black Plague. There are 10 quests in this core. I don't know how many are in the Wolfsburg. I don't know how many in I think Green Horde has another 10. No Rest for the Wicked, not sure. I think the smaller expansions are like 5. But then, of course, we also have White Death. We have the White Death campaign expansion. We have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So lots of that. Plus, I think there's like 60... They released the 69th quest, but I think they skipped 68. So there's 60 plus additional quests online. The comic book scenario, I have that too. So lots of stuff we can play. So if you guys want to see this, make sure you subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what I should play next. Again, there is a survey up right now on the community tab. You can go there and vote on what I should paint next. Wolfburg is one, Invader is another, or Starcadia Quest, because I think that'll just be fun to play Starcadia Quest. There's not a lot of playthroughs of Starcadia Quest as a whole. I'm guessing that was during the time of when YouTubers weren't playing live playthroughs. I don't know. If I made any rules mistakes, of course, veteran players can let me know down below. Again, a couple things, like I said, a house rule is no last man standing, so we don't care. As long as one person made it out, we win. So the same thing with the game when it says that all survivors. No, that's all surviving survivors, not the 6 that started. We're not going to play that way. We're just going to play for fun. The noise token, I just kept forgetting to do it. I see why everybody was so happy when they kind of removed that from some editions. But of course, it's still in 2nd edition. I could see maybe on a bigger map, maybe when you're doing things in multiple spots. But I just kept forgetting to put the noise tokens out. It's just another thing you have to manage, I guess. What else was I house ruling? I know some people house rule the weapons just, so they can have fun. They just want to play with the cool weapons. I didn't do that. I forget what my other house rules are now. Completely forgot them. Basically, if you see me making a mistake or something you think is a mistake and I didn't mention it was a house rule when I was doing it, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that is that. This is this. What is today? Is Wednesday. Tomorrow afternoon, we're playing Aang. I'm playing Aang's Destiny. We're going to do book 5s. I'm going to have the house rules on that one too. Basically, I'm going to adjust the hit points to the number of players. So basically, 2 less. The noise token annoys you. Yeah. No, I think a lot of, I've seen a lot of playthroughs and they just don't use the noise tokens anymore. They just, it's like wherever the most people are, that's where the most noise is coming from, and they just all head that direction. I think Invader uses that. And in Undead or Alive, it's a single noise token, and it's either a single noise or a bang, depending what makes the noise. And you don't need to move the token around. I think you move the token around to whoever made the noise last is all you're doing. So again, if everybody's together, they're all going to go the same direction. I don't know. I don't know if it's really needed. I'm trying to remember, did they leave the noise token in White Death? Don't remember. Friday, we are doing the last Drawn to Adventure. Before I send that out to Alex, who won the giveaway. And then Friday evening, me and Audrey will be playing My City. And then Saturday, like I said, the poll is up for you to decide what we're going to paint. That might be a little bit later stream. Audrey might be going out for a friend's birthday. So I will be putting Lucita to sleep. And not sure how that'll go. I've not had to put her to sleep for a while. So, you know, might be unusual for her, you know, and change does not do babies well sometimes. But there we go, guys. That is that. If you have suggestions of other characters we should play, other abominations we should add in, because right now I've only got one abomination painted, and I would need to know what other abominations to play. Comments on those too. I keep saying comment. I just want people to comment on my videos. Just like YouTube doesn't like me because I get no comments. That's what I'm going to say. Either way, guys, until next time, peace.